In this challenge, you might have discovered that tearing apart Python files isn't as easy as it might seem at first glance. I started by creating two directories, canvases and scribes. So canvases holds the canvas axis and the canvas base class, and then scribes holds the plot scribe, random scribe, robot scribe, and terminal scribe. The error classes went into their own errors.py file, and then I also added a utility file down here to hold our isNumber function. This might seem like overkill, but there's really nowhere better to put it because it's used by multiple classes, and we might also want a spot for other utility functions in the future. So you probably did something similar to this, or at least started with something similar to this. However you want to break up your classes is fine. But did you notice any problems when you tried to create a canvas or scribe object from a file? Let's take a look at the original fromDict function in the canvas object for a second. So notice that it uses globals to find the canvas class or the canvas axis class, and then it uses globals again over here to get the classes for any of the terminal scribes that we want to use. The problem is that each Python file has its own set of globals. So when you take this canvas out of this big file here and then put it into its own little file, all of a sudden it has no information about scribe classes or the canvas axis class or any of that. So it tries to decode these files and says, I have no idea what these class names are. So let's take a look at one possible solution for this. So I modified the canvas.fromFile method to take in this variable g, which stands for globals that get passed in by the caller. So we pass g to the fromDict function as well. And then it uses this in the fromDict function to actually do all of its class name lookups. You can see that here. We also use that to look at the name of any scribe classes, and then actually pass g to the scribe fromDict function so it can be used there as well. And then if you look at app.py, I import all of the parent and child scribe classes so that they can get added to the globals in this file, and then they can be passed into the toFile function. In the real world, if you've written your code nicely, it's not usually this difficult to take it apart and modularize your code. But we've covered a lot of material in this course and done a lot of different things with this project. I guess you could say this project has a lot of moving parts. Anything you don't need, don't like, anything you want to add, I encourage you to make it your own.